strap in, because today is going to be a fun one. We're going to go over 10 characters who were snubbed from the Jump Force roster. In all honesty, the only characters who were truly snubbed from the Jump Force roster are the final 4 on this list. But if Jump Force just had a little bit more funding and development time, these are the 10 characters who I believe would have and should have made the cut. Remember that we won't be talking about additional series because that's a totally different topic, so this is a list specifically contained of characters from series that are already on the roster. Before we get into this list, I will mention that I'm going to be talking about the Datamine DLC list quite a lot as it pertains to the snubbed characters. So if you haven't seen the Datamine DLC list, probably worth clicking off this video unless you want spoilers, in which case, get ready. Starting off at number 10, Doflamingo. Considering Lore is one of the Datamine DLC characters, Doflamingo would probably be the next character in line from One Piece. Number 9, Gohan. I'm still a little bit surprised that Piccolo made it in over Gohan. Obviously, Gohan is both aesthetically quite similar to Goku, and he shares a lot of similar moves, which is probably the reason he didn't make the cut. But it is difficult to deny how important he was to Z, and I think if we got another Dragon Ball character, it would almost definitely be Gohan. Sakura. Sakura Haruno. What happened? Who made it so that you didn't make the roster? It was probably Boruto's fault. It was Boruto's fault, wasn't it? Ah, god damn it. I will talk about Boruto a little bit later on in this video, but assuming you don't count Boruto, Gaara and Kakashi definitely took a spot from Sakura. Because you have to have Sasuke, you have to have Naruto, and you have to have a villain. So Gaara and Kakashi are the only replaceable characters. I know people in the community have very strong negative feelings towards Sakura, but come on, she's the only original Team 7 member who didn't make it into the game. Sakura absolutely deserves a spot, and I'm a bit surprised she didn't get it. Number 7, Pito. Hunter x Hunter already got a lot of love in Jump Force, so it doesn't surprise me that Pito didn't make it. What's extra surprising is that the DLC Datamine list includes Biscuit over Pito. I would be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. I thought for sure that Pito would definitely get in before Biscuit, but here we are. Number 6, Giorno. Honestly, I probably could have called this slot any JoJo, because Jotaro and Dio on their own just feels a little bit lacking to the world of JoJo's. Character design is one of JoJo Bizarre Adventure's strongest defining points, and only having 2 characters to highlight that feels like a bit of a waste. It does feel like in particular that Giorno was snubbed considering his connection to Dio. Halfway there, number 5, Light Yagami. While Light Yagami is a story mode character, it is so disappointing to have him not be playable. Having his series in the game and not having him be playable is one of the biggest snubs imaginable. Light Yagami is one of the most well-written characters of his era, and yes, the character certainly has certain limitations when you talk about his potential fighting style or moveset, but that didn't stop Ryo from making it into the game, and it shouldn't have stopped Light Yagami. Number 4, Sarada Uchiha. Now, it's hard for me to set aside my bias here because I like Sarada Uchiha a lot. She's definitely my favorite Boruto character and perhaps maybe even my favorite character from the franchise as a whole. For those out of the loop, the 3 cover series, Dragon Ball, Naruto, and One Piece each got 6 characters, and each of them got 1 DLC character. Boruto, however, is counted as a separate series, but does count to the overall number of Naruto characters, which is super annoying because A, it means we get 1 less Naruto character, and B, we won't get a Boruto and a Naruto character for DLC, because they count as the same thing while simultaneously not counting as the same thing. Oh, it just hurts me so much because we were so close to getting both Sarada and Boruto in the game, but not close enough. You know, Asta is currently our only Black Clover representative. Can you believe that? That's crazy. Yuno would be a very prominent additional Black Clover representative. I'm honestly not sure which character would make it, Yuno or Noelle, but thankfully the next slot on my list does cover this exact scenario. The next character on my list is in fact Noelle. I like Noelle a lot. Personally, I would much prefer to have Noelle over Yuno, not only because I like her design, but she's also just more relevant throughout the series, or she's relevant for a longer period of time. Sadly though, Asta is, and according to the DLC leaks, is going to continue to be our only Black Clover representative. And for our number 1 slot, our final character on this list, the character I think most people would consider the most snubbed from Jump Force, is Hiei. Each of the characters on this list have their reasons for being snubbed. Every game has their limitations for development time and money spent. Some characters just don't get a chance to shine. Doflamingo, Gohan, Sakura, were all probably snubbed because their series each already had 6 characters and 7 if you count DLC. Pito also probably fell victim to the same problem. Giorno probably didn't make it because JoJo's characters are probably quite difficult to develop, more so than a regular character, and they already got 2. Light Yagami is a very difficult puzzle to solve, so I understand why they didn't go with him. Sarada didn't make it because of the whole Boruto situation. Yuno and Noelle didn't make it because they probably had internal marketing numbers that suggest My Hero Academia fans and Black Clover fans have quite a bit of overlap. Like, a lot of My Hero fans are Black Clover fans, but there's probably less Black Clover fans who are My Hero fans. Does that make sense? That's just what I would assume, because I can't explain why they would have 2 My Hero Academia DLC characters and no Black Clover DLC characters unless they had numbers that suggest that My Hero was much more marketable, which is weird because they get fairly similar numbers on streaming websites, but I think what's happening there is a lot of My Hero Academia fans are probably also Black Clover fans, and they have internal marketing numbers that suggest that there's more unique My Hero fans. That would just be my assumption though. I'm just purely speculating. There's just complete speculation on my part. And Hiei probably just lost the battle that we're all losing. The battle to time. Most people who watch anime today didn't grow up on Yu Yu Hakusho. I mean, a lot of people go back and watch Yu Yu Hakusho, but it's not really the same thing. And it's certainly a less marketable series than something like Hunter x Hunter. At least right now, today, in 2019. So there you go. There are the top 10 characters I think are snubbed from Jump Force. Just to run down it again: Doflamingo, Gohan, Sakura, Pito, Giorno, Light Yagami, Sarada, Yuno, Noelle, and Hiei. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what characters you think were snubbed from the base roster of Jump Force and DLC. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Helps other people find it. Subscribe to keep up to date with content like this. My name is Abilbsy, and I'll see you in the next video.